my brothers and sisters. This today the Most High Yahuwah has made me rejoice and be glad in it. I want to share with y'all what the Most High began have me on. Ever since I've been paying, he has me paying attention to this ancient creature here that they had made back in the days, and this is Baal, Baphomet. This is Baal, and I told you that I've been trying to get into Hebrew and to see the name and why he have us call his name Yahuwah, and just how the Bible is tainted, right? How that many times they messing with the Bible, but also about the name, how the name JC is so popular, and they say it have power, but why would Satan broadcast that name if it had power and he know it can cast him out, right? But also, I was reading this scripture right here, right? That the Most High been having me on, right? And he had me right here with about that word God, how they put it in. If you read the whole Bible, they got God in there. They always got the word Lord, and they have what else word? They have this word Baals in there. They sacrifice to Baals. But do you know, reading this word, using those names, God, JC, or Lord, or even the word God, like I said in here, and also you worshiping Baal. So as you read this word that they gave us, and you saying those words, that God, the Lord, and Baal, you worshiping this word, have you worshiping Baal. And I say that because so you become a Baal worshiper. And it says sacrifice the idols, sacrifice the Baals. And also he considers us as Baal worshipers because we have to use his name and his son name. And that's why I'm going back to the Hebrew language, right? Because look at this. As you look at this thing, what all you see on there? They tainted with the word, the Bible, to make it that you still worship them, that you're a Baal worshiper. Look at this. I am Christ, JC, and say it's the head. So if you say JC and Christ, you worshiping Baal. If you say, they even got you God, look how many times they got God, and then you go do more research, the word Lord, they all worship Baal. This right here. And it's idolized. It's idolatry. So you idolizing Baal. You idolizing this thing right here, this fallen angel, which is Satan. So this why they could say God at the Grammy Awards, and when they give knowledge to God or they say Lord, they don't say Satan because they say Baal. And even if they say you idolizing, it's idolatry. But look at that name, Christ. And this why also I tell y'all also to be careful with our in the churches. But look at a lot of they do that. That Baal also is with Masonry. And we know that America with Masons, and a lot of them did also created with the Bible, started doing like it was slavery days, taking out what they want to take out the Bible to control people, control our people. But also they use it to control the world. But look at this. This is one of the Trump supporters, right? And look at them. They saying Christ is king. They even worship. That's why you see someone talking about they great Christians and all that, and Christianity. That's why most of y'all took me from saying Christianity too. Because look how they shape Christianity. It's to worship their king, Baal. Because you see a lot of pastors and all of them that supporting Trump and them talking about they Christians, and they saying JC and Christ is king, all that, and they I told you a lot of them in Masonries, they into this stuff. But look at that. This one, the twins, they support us. But look at that. I went on their site, seeing them, and look at they got on their shirts, and they all talking about they great Christians. A lot of Christians believe in that slavery mentality. They be house Negroes and everything. But they Masonries, they brotherhood. But they shape that so you can still worship them. I pray people wake up from this. Say back in the days when the Most High y'all had gave me a dream, and it was by Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was their Christ. He was their Christ, and Christ's name is in Christopher Columbus. He was their God. Said that he discovered a new world, and this what it's now. So when you say those words, that JC, they have you praising, singing. You know, we was all back in the days. We was singing. They had you in the church singing this, giving you this word, and you praising JC all over the whole world. And then they even got you singing the word God. They even got you singing the word LOD in this Christian music, and even in the church with the word. Or we be talking to people and they condition us to say, oh, God, thank God, or the Lord did it. The whole time you worshiping Baal. We Baal worshipers. We were Baal worshipers. We were Baal worshipers. So this whole word you saying with this name in here, no wonder we don't got no power when they don't care about handing out the Bible or doing whatever it is, because they changed it. Because it's all worshiping. This all word, if you use those words in there, it have you worshiping Baal. You're a Baal worshiper. Just like you know different from those satanic people. This is why the Most High got me learning the name Yahuwah. We need to learn the Hebrew names, because they have power in the names. Like when you casting out a demon, when you find out what that demon name is, you could cast it out. But if you don't have the real name of that demon, it don't go nowhere. It don't flee. So even the word Satan, they changed it all to Greek and Latin. They turned it from and they made it into their word. So the whole time they in the church and everything, worshiping all this and saying this, and had us all in there singing lyrics. And look at this. You talking about Baal. And then they got to capitalize. Look, the Lord also brings a charge against Judah. Now, who is Lord? Baal brings a charge against Judah. You'll be saying curses. They probably, y'all, I'm like now thinking of looking at this. They have you even saying curses over yourself. This is why the Most High said about curse. You could speak a curse over yourself. Because why is that? That's why I'm like looking at this and I'm like talking to the Father. I'm like, why this name just... And you see they put the Most High, but they don't put Most High Yahuwah on them. Because they got it as him. Though they call to the Most High, talking about Satan, they not talking about his name, Yahuwah. Because the Most High said in the 10 Commandments, because that G-O-D, that he said, don't worship no other G-O-D, but they even changed that out around. Because it says his name, and it should not go in vain. He told us don't put no other person before him. But even as the 10 Commandments, how they put that G-O-D, that's you talking about Baal. And look at this. Backsliding from me. Y-O-U. Because this whole word, they transferred it to now you talking. You thinking that you have power and talking against Satan, and the whole time Satan got us tricked. You have some truth in here, but we know they've been switching stuff around. But this is why the Most High Yahuwah says, make sure we say his name. Look at this. I will not again destroy Ephraim. I will not again destroy Ephraim, for I am G-O-D and not man. And then it says, where am I? The Holy One, well, I don't say who Yahuwah is in your midst, and I will not come with terror. We got to ask the Most High for wisdom. This is why they took out the name, because they tricking people with this. Why this word they saying is so, it's some truth in here, but then they done switch some stuff around. The Most High Yah said his wisdom. That's what brought me to this, because I'm like, reading this now, I'm looking and it's different. That's why we got to put his name in it. put his real name in there. Not no JC, not no God, not no LORD. You need to put his name, Yahuwah. And then when he say his son, Yahushua. I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick, because I'm just like thinking like, why they got all what like that? And that's why they say God. And then the Most High been having me on with Miles Monroe. And I told y'all way back, Miles Monroe said that we are small GODs. And then I looked at something the other day, the Most High had me on with Miles Monroe. He was talking about manipulating your plan for your life. Like you have control to manipulate your life.
The 7 principles for planning change. I'm going to talk about Jesus's principles, and you'll have to be here next week to get the meat of this. But I want to focus on this segment, understanding the priority and the goal of planning. The most evident reality in life is change. So write this statement down. The only stability and security you have in life is change. It's a paradox. I repeat, the only security and stability you have in life is change. Paradox. In essence, the only guarantee you have in life is transition. I can guarantee you things will change. That's a guarantee. Therefore, we must understand then that change cannot be avoided by any human or by anything in creation. Plants are changing every second. Animals are changing every second. Rivers are changing every second. You can never put your feet in the same place in a river. Never. Because the river is like life. It's always moving. And therefore, change is something we got to live with. So here is my challenge to everyone under the sound of my voice. If you cannot manage change, you will never manage life. Young people, please write this down. If you cannot manage change, you cannot manage life. So I've come to a conclusion. Here's my conclusion. Life is simply a series of changes. You used to be 10, remember? You used to wear size 6. Oh, to dream again. You used to have hair. I mean yours. You used to not have breasts. You used to hate boys. I'm talking to the girls now. Only the girls. Change. How many of you have walked into the closet and just dreamt to put that on again? And the problem is, you are so psychologically damaged you still keep it. Somehow you dream somewhere in the future that somehow, by a miracle of God intervening on earth, you will wear that dress again. I got news for you. It's over. Give it away. Bless somebody. Some of you are depressed when you go shopping lately because you got to go to the wrong rack. You call it the wrong rack, and the attendant says it is the right rack now. Change. Life is simply what? A series of changes. You used to be married. Husband died, wife died, got a divorce. Your kids used to be home worshiping you as a parent. They're gone. Your son used to come to you for advice. He's getting advice now from his friends. A series of changes. And this is why life is so difficult, because we don't want things to change. The only way to stop changing is to stop living. And that is why our declaration for this year is very important. The Lord said to me, we are entering a season of drastic changes, and therefore this year is considered the year of change and new beginnings. Write this statement down. The most common word that will be used in this season in your life is change. It's already being used by many of you. Your job, your status, your relationships, your business, your career, your position will change. So don't anchor yourself to nothing in this season. You will find yourself literally having to retool your life. You will have to go back to school, some of you, to learn things you never knew because things changed on you. You may need to take up a career that you hated before, and now you fall in love with. Change. Why? Because the law of life is changed. I'm going to make a statement. I want you to get this CD so you can remember these statements. Number one, change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Even the present cannot be trusted, because it just left you a moment ago. Second note to write down: if you want to make enemies, try to change something in your life. People don't want to change, and they don't want you to change, and they don't want things to change. And so the moment you meet a person who wants to change things, enemies are automatically created. And therefore, I want to read a statement from Dwight Eisenhower, who was the President of the United States, a powerful military general. I love this statement. He said, I quote, "Neither a wise man nor a brave man lies down on the tracks of history to wait for the train of the future to run over him." I like that. Resist change. They resist being changed. I don't care what you say. This is what I was born like. I'm going to be this way. And you've been that way for how long? It ain't change around you that's the problem. It's the fact that there's no change within you. Another statement that I want you to write down, we would rather be ruined than changed. I'm too old to go back to school. Yeah, but you got to learn computer. No, child, I'm too old for that. All right. So we're going to encourage you to retire. We can get a package for you. Why? You'd rather be ruined than to be changed. We'd rather die in our dread than to change our way out of this mess. What you are in right now, whatever you're going through, should not be where you end this year. You must prepare yourself to make a logical decision. I'm going to change beginning today some things in my life to take me where I need to go. Here's one that I thought was interesting. Romans chapter 12 said it best. Be ye transformed. How? By the renewing of your mind. Now this is an amazing principle. The word transform here means changed. Notice what the Bible says is the key to change. It didn't say, be ye transformed by the things happening around you. Because you can't control them. He says, be changed by what? The renewing of whose mind? Your mind. In other words, your baby did die. But how are you going to interpret it? Your spouse did leave you, but are you going to make it a prison? You did lose your job, okay? You lost it. You're going to stay home for 10 weeks crying about it? Make a note of this statement. You must change the way you think about change. Be ye transformed, be ye transformed. Not the things around you, be ye transformed. How? By changing the way you think about things. You cannot control most of life, but you can control the way you think about it. And the way you think about it controls your blood pressure. It controls how you sleep. I learned years ago, if you can't change it, go to bed. Don't stay up worrying about it, because God up all night too. Let him worry about it. You sleep. This is incredible. The 7 responses people have to change. Number 1, you cannot resist change. Number 2, you cannot ignore change. Number 3, you cannot accept change. Rather, you have to accept change. Number 4, you must adjust to change. Number 5, you can manage change, but you can't stop it. Number 6, you can become a victim of change or manipulate change. Number 7, you can prepare and plan for change, but you can't stop it. And number 8, you can initiate change. This to me is the best response. Before you fire me, I can start my own business on the side. Huh? Before I lose this job, I'm going to create a consulting company just in case. Write this down. Plan beyond your job. Why? Ain't nothing secure.
I told y'all the Most High told me Miles Monroe was on the right path to learning about the kingdom of heaven, right? But then he fell off. He got into like prosperity and money and stuff, and the Most High also had me to the point that he was into spiritualism, the universal laws and stuff like that. And when this video popped up about him, and the Most High Yahuwah had me to sit there and listen to, and he said about you can manipulate the plan he have for your life, that the Most High Yah have for your life. You can manipulate. Manipulate is a sign of witchcraft. So now you telling people to tamper with their will, what That's why the Most High told us don't be going off and chasing after dreams and all this, and you'll end up going into things that's not even for us. That you'll step out the will for His life, your will that He have for you for your life. It's no longer it be His will, it be your will. Transforming into what you want and chasing after these things in this world. But I just want to share that with you guys right quick, and then I'll get back with y'all.